Hello YouTube. It's good to be back. Good to see you folks again. I hope we can stick around this time and can stay a while. It seemed like it's just one thing after another. As I said in previous videos, my wife had cancer, I had a kidney stone, and then once we just about got back on track from all that, I tore the meniscus in my left knee. So it's just been recouping from one thing right after another, but I think we finally got it, and fingers crossed, knocking on wood, we're good to go. So we're going to launch right in. I've got a lot of stuff to cover, and I'm going to try to update you on some changes that I think will be a lot of fun. There's more coming. I want to do the videos in a more organized manner, and all this junk that you see here is me beginning to put all that together. I want to test more standardized, if you will. I want to take each knife and run it through pretty much the exact same test, as close as I can. I want to do cutting, since I don't have a capture machine and things like that, to do strictly scientific testing. I want to do it as close as I can, but I want to do it in the same manner that you would at home. You're opening boxes, you're cutting up cardboard to put it in recycling, you're cutting rope. Those are pretty standardized tests, and if we do it over and over and over for each knife, I think that will give us a lot of a database to work from, where you can go back and compare any knife that you may want to buy to some of the others in its class. I have just a ton of knives backed up to do. Haven't forgot the Auroras. I've got them. We are going to cover them. What I'm going to do is break the videos in two parts from now on. The first part will be bench top, tabletop, however you want to say it, and we will go over the knives, the specs, tell a little bit about them, and then just to keep the videos from being 30-40 minutes long, then the second part we're going to do will be the actual cutting tests. I'm going to use the knives with the edge as delivered. I think that's a big thing. It's kind of one of my pet peeves too. If you make custom knives, you should be able to deliver your knife sharp. I'm kind of torn. I've seen some really good knives that I knew would perform much better if I took them down in the shop and edged them up. But you won't send your knife to me first and have me sharpen it for you. Instead, you're going to get it just like the maker sends it, so that's the way I'm going to do it too. We are going to add the little microscope camera. I'll put it up on the laptop here, and you'll get to see the edge before we start, and after we finish we'll do 200 cuts on cardboard. Should not be a challenge for most knives. We will then do rope cuts until we either reach 200 or the knife is just obviously has lost most of its edge. We will stop probably at 50 cut increments to test it on regular printing paper, phone book paper, see if it'll shave, etc. We'll determine what edge we have to start with and then go from there. I'm going to do, instead of doing the Auroras first, and I've got a bunch of stuff lined up, and we're gonna pump out a bunch here quick, so they will be popping right up. I have a knife that was sent to me, and we're going to cover it first because I would like to get the videos done and then and then get it back to its owner. And there's been some controversy with this knife already. There's one video on Rockwell testing it. I'm not going to, on this knife or any other, get into bashing anybody. I don't think that's necessary. I think that if a knife deserves praise, the testing's going to bear it out. We'll let the knife stand on what it is, how it cuts, how it performs, how it's put together. Just cover the facts of the knife. It's either got what it needs or it doesn't. The knife in question this time is this particular one. It is by Apeiron Bladeworks, and in this video we're going to cover just a little bit about it, and then in the next video, as I say, we'll be looking at it, cutting test, etc. Titanium handles. It's obviously, this is I guess what most people refer to as a rock pattern, a rock finish blade, and then I would say the ground edge here is probably about 140, something like that, grit on this ground area. We have a glass breaker, and I believe it's on bushings. I will check with the owner and I will let you know on the video tomorrow. The owner did have to send this to another knife maker because it was so hard to open. The other knife maker got it where it will pretty much function. I'm not good on that. This can be opened just by flipping it now. The guy did a good job, so it's me, not him. It does lock up tight at this point after he worked on it. The blade is made of Nylox, which is a stainless steel from Germany. They use niobium in it to increase the carbon content, and basically you end up with a steel that's going to be better than 12C27, but maybe not yet in the realm of VG10, ATS34, something like that. It should put you somewhere right in the middle. This steel can be hardened up to 62, 63 Rockwell. That's part of the controversy on this particular knife, is that it has been, there's a video of it being Rockwell tested. It was tested here, here, and up here, and that's there, and there, and it came out to 39 Rockwell. So I don't know if it was not heat treated or something went wrong in the heat treat. This steel's possibly even more soft than that, and it's delivered state as it comes from the makers. I'm not sure. The knife is almost an inch wide back here from side to side with the pocket clip. It has a glass breaker tip, titanium side plates, and again it's a rock pattern, and I guess you would call that sort of a cleaver style blade. I'm also not going to really make many comments on knife styles. Everybody has their own, everybody likes their own. If there is a deficit in the style for usability, I will cover that. One that I've noticed so far is this glass breaker comes out so far and it's tilted in this direction, as you can see, that when you go to open the knife it goes right into my palm here. So were it me, I would angle that down. I would also make it much shorter. Carrying this with the pocket clip, puts it right there, and it will work on your clothes. It will poke you, so it's much longer than it needs to be. None of the screws are inset. The pivot pin is partially inset. It's just barely proud on each side. The frame screws have, if anything, just the barest inlet. Now, that could be part of this rock design. I'm not sure. I don't know if those are going to create hot spots or not, but this being 1 inch wide, and with this clip being so proud right here, that is a possibility. We'll find out in the next video, which I hope to shoot tomorrow and get to you. It's centered off to this side. It's that may be a because this was sent to another knife maker to make it open and close. When the owner got it, he couldn't hardly open and close it, so he sent it to another gentleman who worked on the lockup and did get it where it's fairly smooth. It locks up tight. I put a micrometer on it, and it's actually wider. The liners are wider apart here than they are here, so it forms a V like that, a very shallow one. So that is problematic to get the action exactly like you want it. You know, the elephant in the room with this is it's 39 Rockwell. I don't know how that's going to affect the cutting ability of it. Now, one of the points of controversy, if you will, is that this was a $950 knife. Again, we'll let the knife stand or fall on its own merits. I'm not going to trash it. I'm not going to say anything else about it. It'll either work or it won't. The liners in spots are proud of the inner liners. I don't know if that's part of the design. In places they are even with it or slightly below. I don't know if that's part of the design or not, but they don't follow a smooth contour between the two in any case. The bushings are not inlet, which adds to the width of the knife. They stand proud on both sides, and the glass breaker also stands proud of each line. And again, I don't know if that's part of the design. Very well could be. It's, you know, rough, rugged looking design, and maybe that's part of it. So the steel, as I said, is a German steel. It's called Nylox. It has a carbon content of 0.8, a chromium content of 12.7, vanadium is 0.9, molybdenum is 1.1, and niobium is 0.7. Again, it should have a little bit more carbon in it, a little bit more grain to it than something like a 12C27, so we should get increased edge holding. How 39 Rockwell is going to affect that, I don't know. We'll find that out in the actual cutting video. Just briefly, some other things I want to go over along with that. I've got access to some knives that I think you'll find very interesting. I have a friend that has some absolutely beautiful folders. Stan Smith and others, just some of the best in the business. And as I can, I'm going to borrow one at a time, and we'll do an in-depth review of those. Obviously, with the price of some of the knives, I'm not going to do cutting videos on cardboard and things like that, but we can still do quite a lot with them. And some of them he does use, so some of them, yes, we will be doing cutting videos with. going back to this knife, it is called the Garndorf, or Garendorf. I hope I have that right. And it again, it's Apeiron Bladeworks, and the gentleman is out of Berlin, Germany, and his name is Andrew Blume, B-L-U-M-E. So that's it for the first. I'm really glad to be back. That's it for the first video, and it's great to talk to you guys through this medium. I always, when I'm looking at the camera, I remember all the people that leave comments, and I just kind of feel like I'm talking to you guys directly. So I really enjoy it, and I really missed it. And I'm glad that I'm healthy, Mary's healthy, and I just finished Peachtree Road Race and about melted. It was we set a record. It was one of the hottest ones ever on record, and I wasn't fast. My left knee is still healing up, but I did make it all the way through and got my $50 t-shirt. That's what everybody runs that race for, is a t-shirt. Me and 60,000 of my closest friends. So you guys take it easy out there. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. My best friend, Randy of Randy's Knives, has been in business selling forever. He's making some absolutely gorgeous kydex. He got interested in it. I gave him one class, and he has far surpassed me. And you can go on Randy's Knives and get these. He makes kydex sheaths for all kinds of stuff. Essie, Mora, Ontario, SOGs, all kinds of stuff. And if you want one that is just really done well and at very good prices, just give him a check. It's randysknives.com. And we've got the Auroras to do, which we will do immediately following this. I've got some really pretty stuff to show you, like this one by Jim Coffey. Just some. Let me see if I can. Every time I try to do this, it doesn't work well, but we will try to get it up close, and I'll try to get behind the camera here. And if you can look at the temper line on this, it's just absolutely stunning knife. I really love it. And we'll cover that and a bunch more. So we've got a lot coming up. Stay tuned, and there will be videos coming in the next few days. And we will see you guys soon. Later.